Wake up at 5 a.m., meditate, 5K run, an ice bath. Journaling, reading, green juices. Sounds very productive, right? Well, if you're a parent, that's not a morning routine, that's just fiction. Because the truth is, these beautiful morning routines are failing parents every single time. And nobody is talking about why. So I tracked my mornings as a dad of twin toddlers. And what I found flipped everything I thought I knew about productivity. Here's the thing, these routines, they're not just unrealistic for parents, they are unrealistic for almost everyone. Because most of us don't live in controlled, optimized bubbles. We live in real life, which is sometimes messy, sometimes beautiful, and most of the time unpredictable. You might be a parent, you might be a student, you might juggling shift work, you might have ADHD like I do, you might be just a human being with a life that doesn't revolve around checklists and cold showers. I'm not saying that those productivity people are wrong, but when they sell one-size-fits-all routines, they leave a lot of us behind. And the worst part, we start to believe it's our fault. For me personally, I'm a father of twin toddlers. I'm an entrepreneur and I live with ADHD. So my mornings don't look like ice baths. They start with a tiny human demanding a specific sock that has mysteriously disappeared. My yoga sessions look a little bit different, that happens when I'm lying on the floor, stretching my arms under the sofa, trying to find this specific sock. And what about journaling? Well, if writing down, a grocery list on a sticky note counts, then sure, I journal. And with ADHD, my mornings aren't just busy, they are mentally loud. I've tried rigid routines, the ones suggested by these productivity gurus, but I failed at them again and again. I didn't wake up at 5, I failed. I didn't journal, I failed again. I forgot to meditate. Well, it seems like I'm not really committed to my goals. And each time I failed, I didn't feel disorganized or something. It kind of stung with me. And that mindset, that doesn't build confidence, that doesn't build discipline, that's just builds shame. It tells you that if you're not fitting someone else's structure, then you must be lazy or weak or broken. But you're not. You're just living real life. And real life is messy, unpredictable, human, and that's not failure, that's reality. So if rigid routines don't work, then what does? Here's what's helped me. It's not a checklist, it's not a secret hack, it's just 3 ideas I come back to over and over again. All right, so first one is momentum beats perfection, okay? I used to think I had to start the day perfectly, journal 20 minutes, meditate, read, and so on. But now, if I brushed my teeth and had 2 sips of coffee and sent 1 email maybe, I'm already in motion. And because momentum, even messy momentum, gets you further than waiting for perfect conditions. Don't wait for the right vibe, just start. Tiny, scrappy, incomplete, but that's enough. Second one is anchor to real life, not a clock, okay? So, my day doesn't start at 5 a.m. My day starts when one of my kids yelled, "Daddy!" And here I am. So now I built my routine around those kinds of clues, not alarms. So if the twins are chill and, looking at their books, something like that, then that's my coffee time. That's where I talk to Jackie. When they're napping is my deep work time. So it's not perfect, but it's real and it works for me. And number 3, small wins are always better than perfect mornings. And at the end, if you manage to get one important thing done, you've won. Because a week of small wins adds up to way more than one failed perfect day. Okay, I've shared the principles. Now let's get even more practical. Here are a few simple things that actually work no matter who you are, right? Have a weekly check-in with yourself or your partner if you have one, and note what's one small thing you want to prioritize this week. Like one thing that you really want to do this week. Okay, that might be clearing that one messy drawer. I don't know, washing your sheets or stuff like that. That's really important. That can help, So, and then set micro goals, not giant expectations. For example, I'll walk outside 3 times this week, or I will take 10 photos of red things. If you're into photography like me, do you want to keep your hobby up, something like that. Forgive bad days fast. Life throws curveballs, parenting, ADHD, or just being human. Flexibility beats shame every time. All right, so and here's the truth. You don't need a perfect morning to build a meaningful, successful life. You need grit, you need adaptability, and you need to give yourself a little grace. No 5 a.m. wake up, no cold plunge, no color-coded journal is more powerful than the choices you make in the middle of your messy, beautiful, and unpredictable life. And because success isn't built in ice baths, it's built in the quiet courage to keep going, even when the routine falls apart. If this message hit home, hit that like button and subscribe because we talk about real life here. Drop a comment. What's your biggest morning challenge? I'd love to hear your story. See you in the next one. Peace.